How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2 Point Campus. I hope you're having a good one because I am excited to be back. Today is going to be an interesting one because we're going to start today by essentially rebuilding the entirety of Urban Bungle, which is a huge campus already. Now, at the end of the last episode, I decided to go and buy this chunk of land down here, this chunk of land up here, and this chunk of land way over here as well. And my thinking with this is that what I want to do is I want to go and look into all of the courses that we have. So internet history, for example, is going to need computer rooms. Robotics will need robotic related rooms. Scientography needs science rooms. Virtual normality needs virtual normality rooms. Essentially, I want to build all of those and I want to put them in specific buildings. So VR labs, for example, we need 4 of them in total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look and see how big a VR lab needs to be, and it needs to be 5 by 4. So what if I was to go and build myself a campus building down here that was, say, 25 across and say 6 that way, right? That doesn't seem like a bad idea. Although I could go a little bit further and we can maybe do like a bathroom or something down at the end. But what we can do with this is put a door right, say, there. And we can put a door right about there. And I'm thinking I want to put a bunch of windows across the front of this building. And so now we have this giant new space. What we can go ahead and do is get ourselves a VR lab right here, and it needs to be 5 by 4, as I mentioned. So in that case, I've made this a little bit, well, no, I didn't make it smaller than it needs to be, actually. It's going to be like this. We'll have a door right here. The VR thing, in this case, can go right in the middle, and we are probably going to need some extra things in here at some point as well. So I'll put those in the back. I'm sure, you know, VR headsets are going to be something that the students want as well. So we'll get those into this space as well, just to make it as good as it can possibly be. And in terms of air conditioning, I hadn't really thought about that, I'm going to be quite honest. We could come back and look at air conditioning. So essentially, we have a VR lab right here. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it right there. And I'm going to copy another one, and I'm going to go paste it right down here. And I'm going to copy, I guess, another one and put it right about there. And if I've done my measuring right, yes, I can do this. So I'm going to do this and leave these spaces. And what I can do with those spaces is, for this one, I can do a bathroom, which I think is a pretty good idea. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those. And for this one over here, I can do a shower room, which I don't necessarily know that a shower room is necessary here, but we can do a shower room regardless. And now what I can do is I can go and get rid of all of the other VR labs that we have. So this one can go away, and this one can also go away. And this one, the original one, can also go away, which is maybe a bit stupid to do, but we're going to do that anyway because we already have 5 of them right down here, which I think is kind of more than enough. So this is good. We just need to get air conditioning in here as well as some vending machines out in the holes as well. And so this right here, I think, is pretty solid for our virtual normality building. The next thing we need to do is look at things like robo construction, robo design, and the lecture theaters. So I think what I'll do is come down to, say, this space, and perhaps we'll look in here for things like the robo construction and robo design. Now, we currently only have need for 2 robo design spaces, and the robo design rooms, which are robo design rooms, need to be 4 by 4. So 4 and 4 is 8 and 4 is 12. So let's go for maybe, well, let's see what we can do. Let's see how much space we have down here. We have, well, 20 across, which means we could do quite a few of these, actually. We could do 5 of the robo design rooms. So let's consider that. We're not necessarily going to do that many robo design rooms, but it might be interesting just to see what happens, just to overdo it a little bit and see what, a full kind of functioning university actually looks like. I feel like this is the first time we've really gone into the idea of really designing a university. And so just like that, we have a bunch more robo design rooms, which means I can go and get rid of the existing ones. So I think we only had one to begin with. So we are really overdoing it with the amount of robo design rooms that I've put down here. But honestly, that's kind of okay. I'm not really too worried about doing that. Robo construction, though, is going to be the big one. That's going to need a much bigger space. So robo construction in this case is going to need, I'm going to say 5 robo construction spaces because we need 4 at the minute. I might as well overdo it. These need to be 6 by 6. So a perfect 12 by 12 square would give us 4 of them, which is frustrating. Oh boy, 6, 12, 18 by 12 is kind of what I'm thinking right here. So if I was to go into a campus building and I was to start, say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5, 6. Let's start here. So if I was to do 12 and then 18 here, that is enough for some of those. But what I'd maybe want to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And then I'd potentially want to go and do 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And my thinking here is that what I can do is get, I think, maybe 6 robo design rooms in here, or 5 of them plus some bathrooms and stuff like that, which is actually something I forgot with this space over here. So this might work out. It is a huge space. It's going to need a tremendous number of windows, I think, but this might be kind of cool. I'm going to be honest. And so now that we have this space, what we can do is go in and get robo construction. And what I'm thinking for this is if I go 6 by 6 and I put the door right here, I can make a room that is going to be relatively symmetrical, I think. I can't get the whiteboard down there, but I can get a whiteboard here, and that's fine. We'll go ahead and get the robotics console. We'll put it sort of right in the middle. We can also get this thing, which is all, usually requested. And we can maybe do, I think that's actually probably good enough right there. I do, however, want to get some windows on the front of this because I think that's going to look really cool. And of course, we need some air conditioning for this space as well. So air conditioning here, air conditioning there. That's going to be perfect. Now, what we'll do is copy this and go for one right there. We're going to copy it again and go right here. And if I've done my math correctly, yeah, that's perfect. So this gives us a giant robo construction space, which is the whole point of this university. So that right there is now our robo construction space. I could, like I said, put some bathrooms in there. I could put maybe a student union in there. Actually, that would probably keep them considerably happier. So let's actually do that. Let's sell this one robo construction room and replace it with a nice chunky student union, within which, of course, I could put a stage, which again will keep them kind of happy, and of course a bar as well. So the bar can live right here. We can do some tables sort of near the stage, little something like this. Nothing too crazy on the tables, but just something like that. We could maybe give them a dining table as well, just so the students will, not eventually ask me for one. And maybe we give them like a dance floor somewhere as well. Maybe get rid of you, and we'll do a dance floor sort of in the middle, something like this. something like this. And if I move you, we can do something like this. So that should give them just about everything that they've been asking me for. They have occasionally asked for table football, but I think they'll manage. And I guess we can do, I don't know, a jukebox back there. And honestly, I'm not really too concerned about filling this with too many things. We'll just do air conditioning at the back, air conditioning at the front. And that's fine. I'm not concerned about making this thing, you know, crazy fancy. That's good enough for me. Okay, so now that all of that is done, let's go to manage courses and let's upgrade robotics because I might as well. And let's go ahead and start linking some of these buildings together because again, I might as well. And then we're going to go and sort of look at theaters and stuff like that as well, because obviously lecture theaters is something I need to look into. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll bring some paths sort of between all of these buildings or sort of alongside all of these buildings. And I think the easiest way to do this, let's see, what distance we're looking at? 1, 2, so here, we want to do this. We want to do this. And I guess we want to go across like so. So that's how those are all going to be connected together. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy, but that's okay. That's kind of what we're looking for, is something relatively simple. But now I need to look at lecture theaters, and I need to look at, what else do I need to look at? Science labs as well. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to get rid of this because we don't happen to... Wait, we did need that? We do? Oh my... Okay. So we need 8 robo construction rooms, which means this, even if I had all 6 of them, isn't actually enough. That's... Wow. Okay. That's actually kind of wild. I'll tell you what we're going to do then. Let's go in and clear out... Oh, I don't know. That's a lot. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting any more of those. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Let's get rid of this one. And we will go and, I guess, get 2 more of them. I guess that's kind of what we're looking at here. Although we only need 1 more, but I'll go for 2 more. So we need a 12 by 8 building, essentially. So if I was to build right here, that is 24 across, which isn't bad. I could do a few robo construction rooms in there if I really wanted to. I don't know that I necessarily want to, but I certainly could. What if we were to move this down a little bit so that these doors lined up? That's kind of, I don't mind that. I also don't mind putting a door there so that again they would kind of line up, but I don't like how this building is further away from the central thing than the other one. So we'll do this, and I think I am going to move this door right to the end. And then I guess this will probably get demolished or rebuilt or whatever else. So this is honestly okay. Let's just go with this. So what's kind of annoying about this setup now is that the whole point of doing what I'm doing was to put all of the different courses sort of next to each other. So now we have 9 robo construction rooms, but they're now spread apart across the 2 buildings. But I guess they are just across a bridge, right? It's not really the end of the world if I've got them set up this way. It's just a little bit frustrating is all that it really is. So we'll deal with that. It's fine. We can absolutely deal with that. And I guess what we could do at this point is potentially go ahead and get rid of this campus building here. It does have some dormitories, it has some bathrooms, it has a lecture theater, but I'm gonna sell the building because I need the space, and I'm going to sell this building because I want that space as well. This building, I'm going to sell it because I want the space, and I'm possibly going to do the same with all of these buildings. I think I am going to do that. So actually, well, I don't necessarily have to because I could just put a bunch of dormitories up there, and I think that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that is actually what I'm going to do, is just put a massive amount of dormitories up at the sides and keep all the classes down in the middle. We could put pastoral care up there as well, but the thing is, that being really far away from the classes might be a bad thing. So let's just take a massive risk. Let's sell all of this and let's see what happens. So now that we have all of this space, we need another computer lab, we need 2 lecture theaters, we need a science lab, and we need another robotics teacher. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at what we need for lecture theaters. They need to be 4 by 4. Now, I like to have my lecture theaters be a little bit bigger than that. So let's go for a building that is 12 by 8. I think that's what we're going to try and do here. So we'll go in, we'll get ourselves a campus building, and we're going to go for something, like I said, that's going to be about 12. So 8 across here, 12 here. So that's going to be room for 4. So for every 4 tiles that I add here, that's another lecture theater, and that is another lecture theater. And that's fine by me. That actually kind of works out. But what I could do, looking at this space, is add another section here. And that gives us room for a bunch of lecture theaters all back to back to back to back. And I think that might be kind of cool. I'm going to be honest. Now, what we would do with this space is just one big door down at the bottom, because it is essentially just going to be a building full of lecture theaters. And I'm kind of here for it. So what we'll do is go for 3 windows at the back there. And we'll do, I guess, 2 windows here, 2 windows here. We'll go for 2 right there and 2 right about there as well. We're not going to do them on the side walls because that's where the, what do you call them? The seats are going to be. So this is all going to be for lecture theaters. And I'm honestly okay with that. It is just a big square, but it's going to give us 6 of them, which is what we require right now. So we can totally do this. And what we'll do is just go lecture theater. And we want to go for, I believe, 4 across and 6 right here. The lectern can go here with the lecture seating, obviously right about here. We can do the prompter tucked nicely here with perhaps a nice speaker at the back, and the door is going to be right there in the corner. And honestly, that's kind of all it needs to be. Obviously, a bit of air conditioning is sort of necessary, so we'll do that here, and we can do it behind the screen as well, or rather, I guess we can't do that. So let's just move that air conditioning unit if it's going to let me grab it. And we'll put it, I guess, there instead. And this one's apparently not eligible either, so we'll get rid of it. And we'll just move this one to sort of the middle of the room and hope that it's enough. And honestly, that's probably fine. We could, however, throw a nice picture onto one of the walls, perhaps. Perhaps this one, just to bring it up to level 3. And that's fine. So now all we need to do is copy this a whole bunch of times, and this is going to give us so many lecture theaters. This is actually going to give me more lecture theaters than I wanted. I didn't want 10 of them. We don't need 10 of them. I might have overdone it a little bit, but I guess I could put like a nice big bathroom down here, maybe a student lounge. I don't think we need 10 lecture theaters. You know, I am realizing that I have so many things I'm now going to need to upgrade around this university with all of these different rooms, and it's going to be a nightmare for my janitors because they are now going to be focusing on upgrading things rather than maintaining things, which is going to kind of suck. But I guess that's fine. Let's go ahead and get a student lounge in here. We'll go for, obviously this is kind of a decent size for one. But what we can do is, you know, a nice table right there, a nice table right there, a nice table right there. We can go for perhaps a nice couch and a nice couch. Maybe, can I get like a, I don't know, this in the corner? Yeah, that's kind of cool in the corner. We'll go for a nice big rainbow rug. And I suppose we could just do a bunch of this kitchen stuff in here as well. Keep it relatively simple, relatively understated, I suppose. And we'll go and put the DJ thing in here too. I think maybe it would look kind of cool in that corner, actually. Let's take all this out of here, except the rug. The rug obviously has to stay. But the DJ thing can sort of go like this. And I think that's actually kind of cool. I kind of like that a lot. So we'll do that. We'll put this here. And I suppose maybe some rugs underneath some of these tables is the way to go. I don't really know if I'm quite honest with you, but I guess that works. I don't know what the room capacity is. I guess maybe we throw this in here as well. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they would want. Video games, probably. If it was me, I'd want video games, so I'll give them video games. We'll give them a room divider as well, and obviously a little bit of air conditioning. And that seems fine. I can't imagine they necessarily need anything else. I could give them darts by the kitchen. That seems dangerous. That seems really dangerous, actually. I kind of want to do that. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of feeling darts by the kitchen to be quite honest. So I think this will work quite nicely as our lecture space. This room here has apparently got a capacity of 9, which is really annoying because it looks like it could hold way more than that, but I guess it doesn't. And now we're looking at getting more computer labs. Now, computer labs have to be what size exactly? 4x4. Okay. Let's try and get maybe 4 of those. So we're looking at another measure of 12. So if we go into campus buildings and we go to perhaps here, we want to go to 12. And that, if I go to 6, that's enough to get 4 computer labs, which is honestly fine by me, I suppose. We could maybe just go for a wee little entrance, say here, or say right there, so it lines up with the middle of this thing. I don't really know where the entrance to this computer lab building should go, unless, ooh, right there. Although that's not really gonna, no, that's not really gonna work unless I extend the building by about 2, which I guess kind of works. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. And that'll work out. So that's going to be our computer lab space. Let's get some windows on this because I didn't get to do too many windows in the last building. So we'll just dot a whole bunch of them along here. And we'll do a window here and here with, I guess, a bunch of windows nicely along the back as well. Oh, so it turns out I got my math completely wrong and I can get 3 of them in here. Although I'm going to be honest, I don't remember if I said I could only get 3 of them or if I said I could get 4 of them. I also don't know how many of them I actually need, but we do now have 3 computer labs down there with 1 up here. So let's go and delete this one and see what happens. Apparently we're still good, which is good. So let's also get rid of some of these lecture theaters since they're not necessarily needed anymore. And we just need to get more science labs as well. So I suppose, oh wait, hold on a minute. I've got a lecture theater. I've got 2 lecture theaters over here. Get rid of you. I still don't need any more of them. Get rid of you. Still don't need any more of them. Okay, so my giant lecture theater idea has worked out an absolute treat. Now I just need to figure out the science lab thing. And I think the science labs, what size do they need to be? They need to be 5x5. So we need 3 of them. So a simple 15 unit long building will be perfect for that. So if I was to go and do a building that's 20 and then 20 by 7, that works out pretty well. That'll work out pretty great. So we'll do an entrance here and maybe, well, we can't really do one on the side. I can do one here, I suppose, if I wanted to be a little bit cheeky. So we'll give that a shot. Maybe replace, let's get rid of this for a start. Maybe replace that door with the big one so it looks all fancy like. And in terms of windows, again, we'll just go for something relatively simple, relatively fancy, just a whole bunch of glass along the back of the building. And just like that, we have a bunch of new science labs, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and get rid of the original ones up here. We'll go ahead and get rid of this one as well. And now the only thing we need for the new academic year is a new robotics teacher. Though I am going to get you because you can do some research, which is going to be fantastic. So let's get you as well. And now we absolutely can, in fact, start the new academic year, which is kind of nuts. It's also kind of nuts that this building is essentially empty. I'm very tempted. Ooh, dormitories. Almost forgot about those. I'm very tempted to get rid of this building completely, to be honest, because I think what I could do is build a little library in perhaps this space here, and then just move the library that we have into this space. And I think honestly here it's kind of a cool place for it. So let's just do that. I think that's kind of the way to go. So just a door right there. We'll do a bunch of windows along the back here. We'll do a bunch of windows sort of down the sides, because I think the whole idea with this building is a lot of natural light, right? We're going to go for like a modern sort of library thing, I suppose. So something like that is just fine. We can go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of path going up to it just here. And we'll put a library in there in just a second. I have realized that there are so many things that I need to upgrade. All of those need upgraded. These guys can't be upgraded right now, but all of these, the hand things can't be upgraded yet either. Okay, that's probably for the best. We are getting a little bit low on money. We're down to 222,000. We did have about 1 million when we started, but let's go ahead and sell this building for $174,000. We no longer need it. And what I'll do is go in and just get rid of all of the paving that we have in there as well, because we don't need that either. We'll keep the decorations for now because they're whatever. But I think what we'll do is turn this into our library and then maybe try and get like a staff room up here. That might not be a bad idea. Okay, $140,000 for a library seems excessive, but to be honest, it's a pretty good looking library. And I'm also going to go ahead and get another assistant to work in here because I can do that. In fact, I can go up to 3 assistants working in there, which is something I want to do. So let's go and get you working in here. I don't know if you can work in there at the same desk as everybody else or not, but we'll find out. And we'll go ahead and get, I suppose, you working in here as well. That seems like a pretty solid idea. Although looking at it, I do think the librarians each need their own desk. Unless they can just walk around in there. What are you doing at the minute? Working in library. Okay, so we do have them all working in there. That seems pretty good. That seems like a pretty good looking library. What would it look like if I changed it to rich? Oh yeah, rich mahogany for sure. And the floor. Oh, it needs to be. It needs to be. That looks beautiful. I mean, it looks warm is what it looks like. It looks like a very warm room, and I'm kind of here for it. Let's get some air conditioning in there so it's not too warm. And that is now our new library. So at this stage, the only thing I'm really interested in is getting my hands on another staff room, because I don't think we actually have one now. So let's try and get a staff room back here. It's not going to be super expensive. It might not even need to be, it might not have to be sort of exclusively a staff room. It could be a couple of things back here if we really wanted it to be, because we do sort of have that option, right? We have this sort of space to work with. So maybe we work with it, right? Maybe we go for, I don't know. I don't really know what we do down here. I'm not actually all that sure. I don't even know that I like necessarily the look of this space, to be quite honest. I think it is a little weird looking. But we'll do this, and we'll get some windows across the back here. We'll get some windows sort of down here as well, and I guess we can make this sort of a staff space. I don't know. I don't really know what it'll be. We'll figure that out. And so there we go. We have 3 little staff rooms in here, each with a capacity of 5 staff members, which I think is going to be pretty good for us. So this seems like a pretty good overhaul of the university. I feel like we're going to need way more janitors than we currently have, but that's just sort of the way things are going to be. To be quite honest, I think that's just kind of where we're at. I am, however, going to make a little change here because I'm noticing that these things are inaccessible to my janitors at the moment. So I guess edit the building, and I'm going to add this to the building, which is annoyingly going to sell a couple of unwanted objects, but it does. Oh God, we've got a stool. You are in an unfortunate position there, my friend. You are in a most definitely unfortunate position. Let's go ahead and get you out of there. And I don't know what type of floor we necessarily have under this building. I'm assuming this. It is not that. Is it just grass? It is. Okay. So that works out. We now have a pretty open space, which I don't love. I'm gonna be honest. I don't love how this space looks at all. But it'll have to do for now, to be quite honest. We're gonna probably get rid of this building completely at some point. But before we do that, I need to build some new dormitories, and that's where this space up here comes in. So dormitories have to be an even number. And if I was to do a dormitory, a giant dormitory that was, if I make it, say, 20 by 6, I can do 20 individual beds in there. So if I go to campus building, I have all of this space to play with. Oh man, this is a lot of space. If I go 6 across and I go literally any even number, so 40, if I go to 50, if I go to, we'll go for 56. I could do so many dormitories in there. I could do so many dormitories in there. I don't know that I want to do that though. I really don't know that I want to do that. I'm gonna take like 16 off of that. Oh, that is kind of wild. That is still a lot. That is still so much, but I think we're gonna go for this. So we're gonna do a little, oh man, I'm so gonna regret this. We're gonna do a little entrance right there. We're gonna do a little entrance right there. And actually, no, I can't do the entrances like that. The entrances, if I'm gonna do this right, have to be there and have to be there. And to be quite honest, I think what I might do is I might extend this by 4. Because then what I can do is have some sort of corridors at the ends. But my thinking here is I might actually do individual dormitory rooms so I can copy and paste them rather than having to painstakingly build like just a single giant dormitory in here. Which might not give me the same, it's not necessarily going to give me the same, I guess, rating for accommodation, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think we'll have to live with that. So let's just do windows. And what I think I'm going to do for windows on this, well, actually, I'm not going to do too much for windows on this because the dormitories will need windows based on the furniture. So we'll just do windows on the ends where there aren't going to be any dormitories. This is going to be ridiculous. This is actually going to be ridiculous. And what's going to be a little bit weird about it is perhaps that bathrooms are, well, no, we can build some bathrooms into this, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll figure that out. We have the technology. We can we can build bathrooms, I think. So in terms of the dormitories themselves, I'm gonna have to go relatively small on these, I think. I think it's fair to say that they are gonna be relatively small. I'm gonna go with I think we're gonna go with the brown bed frame. We're gonna stick with that since we've had it thus far. It's worked out pretty well. I'm gonna change the sheets up to those ones, I think, just to be a little bit different. I don't really know. Maybe this one instead. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one actually. So we'll change it up. We'll change it up. In terms of furniture though, I want to try and get as much in here as I possibly can because I want this to be a nice sort of highly rated space. That's going to be really important. So we need to get this guy and somehow need to squeeze it in here as well. Maybe right about there. That doesn't really do much for it though. So maybe not that. Is the table any good for getting this thing a little bit more prestigious? Is that a thing? Not really. Still 1 star. What else can I do in here? I don't know that I love the table. We could do the sunflower, probably. No, we can't. Can I do this? Can I do the bookcase? It's kind of huge. I don't think that's going to fit. I could probably do the raven lamp, which is a little bit extra. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little extra for the space. So let's just do a photograph of Windsock City. That seems like a great idea. Doesn't really bring the prestige up all that much. What else have we got? We have a musicality rug. We have a herb. Can I put a herb garden in here? You know, I'm gonna. Yeah, invalid. Okay, wait. Invalid collision. That doesn't mean invalid location. Now hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. All right. Now we all know what a herb garden in a university dorm room. We no. We're not doing that. We're not going there. We'll put that in the wall. That gives us 2 stars. And I guess, can I get this in here? I really can't. That's unfortunate. I could probably get another one of these guys though, which might be kind of cool. Just like there. I guess that's okay. We can do air conditioning here, and I guess we'll do some kind of rug. We'll go for like that underneath the bed. And I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. I could probably throw more stuff at it to bring the prestige level up a little bit. I could maybe throw that above the bed. Yeah, that above the bed's fine. Maybe a slightly darker one though, such as this one. And yeah, I'm okay with that. The only thing I want to add now is a window. I want a window right there. And that is going to be our dormitory. I do want to change the colors though, to see what I could maybe do here. So I don't want to unlock it. I want to preview it. I kind of want something that's just sort of relatively basic, I think. I think Lazy Hazel is pretty good. So we'll go ahead and unlock that and apply it to all dormitories. And the floor in here, I mean, Hotel Snobby, perhaps? Oh God, that's a bit rough. Brown Wow? No? Dean Green? Citrus Mush? Oh my God. Okay, we're getting into some interesting ones here. We could go for stone bricks. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run out of money before I can place all these dormitories, which is slightly scary when you consider the fact that I did start this crusade with 1.2 or $1.5 million. That's actually kind of wild, but this is going to work, I think. We just happen to need ridiculous amounts of money right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna get myself an air conditioning unit here, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put an air. Oh, maybe not. Let's move you back to there, and maybe even back to there. Yeah, we'll sort of skip every 2 doors and do an air conditioning unit. So 1, 2, there, 1, 2, and there, 1, 2, and there. And yeah, that'll keep the place relatively chill. And I suppose at this point, what we should do is probably start the next year. This is going to be an interesting year. I think, given the fact that everything has changed. It's kind of wild, man. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I don't think we have enough janitors, but I am actually really excited to see how this plays out. I'm looking forward to getting rid of this building over here for sure. Looking forward to actually, yeah, that's the only building I now need to get rid of. That's the only original building that we have. The only reason I still have it is because that's where I'm training my staff, and that's where some of my dormitories still are. So we'll see how this goes. I suspect, and I'm realizing I probably want to do this before things get too crazy, I suspect I'm going to want some bins. So what I'm going to do is this, and this. And I'm going to put bins underneath every single one of the air conditioning units, which, in a way, blowing air down onto an open top bin is probably horrific. To be quite honest, that's a smell, is what that is. It's definitely a smell. It's definitely a choice that I've made, but that should be all right. I think. I'm pretty sure that'll be okay. I'm also pretty sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of demands for different things, but now we can do it. We can bring in DJ Sue Chef and keep people happy. They want a raven lamp. Where do they want a raven lamp? In here? All right. They can have a raven lamp in here. That's fine by me. We'll give them like a raven lamp. I don't know. Where do they want the lamp? Doesn't really fit anywhere. I guess there. Wait, no, it can't go there. Where can I put a raven lamp? It's a weird question. We'll put it like here next to the bar. So that works out. That'll keep them happy. Oh God, they want so many. They want Statue of Love, really? Where do you want this? Why do you want this? Can I put it like here and not have it look stupid? I guess there's fine. Yeah, Statue of Love, you're welcome. Oh, they just want everything. Science lab, prestige level 7. Really? No, we're not doing that. Get out of here. That student lounge. Oh my God. They just want everything. They just want everything. We'll repeat that every year. That's fine. What else do you want? 2-player arcade table. Really? I just built that space and it's already not good enough for you? Oh. I'm really starting to enter my old man yells at cloud phase of my life, and I'm honestly quite happy about it. Really starting to get there. Not gonna lie. I want a VR desk. Really? Where am I gonna put a VR desk in here? We don't have room for a VR desk. Wait, we do have room for God's sake. Fine. Let me sell you. Let me sell you. And we'll get a VR desk. Because I'm putting it over in this one. I don't even care. It lives there now. All right. Are you happy? They're happy. All right. Small 3D printer. Really? They really do want everything, don't they? Okay. I don't know that I have room for this either. So let me sell the mysterious cube in there and get them a small 3D printer. And small 3D printer can live right there. And that's fine. Oh my God. Family tree. Of course. Of course you can have a family tree. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just ignore that they want more things because I have a bunch of money and I kind of feel like spending it on more dormitories. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go down here and spend heaps of money on giving students more dormitories because hopefully as time goes by, it's going to gradually improve the general quality of accommodations because every student will eventually have their own bed. And by that, I mean, they're not going to have their own bed. I'm not going to go that crazy with it, but we're going to have enough dormitories that students aren't going to have to share their bed with too many people. And saying that out, that's a weird sentence. I'm going to be honest. That is a weird way of looking at things. I also don't think I've ever had a university get to level 27, so this is new. But honestly, I think this might be the best map that we've played thus far. And I genuinely mean that. I think this might really be the best map that we've played. It's just the size of it, the layout of it. It is really, really cool. I'm really really enjoying just the layout of this space. I'm kind of liking that there's enough space to build up that university and then rebuild it eventually. It's very, very cool. So I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. Even if it is just copying and pasting things tediously like this, I'm really, really enjoying it. So let's just get the last few of these dormitories done. There's 1, 2, 3 to go. And I need to delete one at the other end because I do want to put some bathrooms in here and possibly, well, I might do a bathroom at each end and also a shower at each end. So we might, let's get rid of you and let's get rid of you and let's get rid of you as well. Is what we can go ahead and do is go bathroom like so with a door here and a bunch of the bathrooms there. We'll do, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4 sinks and air conditioning by the door. That should be fine. And then what we'll do is copy this, move it up this way, and we will drop it right into that space. And then what we'll go ahead and grab is a shower room pretty much opposite with 1, 2, 3, 4 showers and I guess 1, 2, 3, 4 towels with air conditioning by the door. And then copy this, moving it all the way down to this end. And that should give us a pretty decent space for accommodation here. Now, what I will also do, of course, is get more air conditioning in here. So 1, 2, and there, 1, 2, and there. And I guess we'll go for right by the door to make sure it's nice and chill, and right by the door to make sure it's nice and chill. So that gives us a tremendous amount of accommodation, right? That's pretty great. We've got 5 students per room, still not ideal, but here's what I could potentially do. I could copy this. No, I can't copy that. I'd have to copy it. I'd have to do every single dormitory again. Oh, I was hoping I could copy the entire thing and just paste it over on the other side, but no, I would have to copy the entire thing again. Oh, that's kind of wild. That's a lot. That's a lot to copy. I don't know that I'm ready to do that, I'm going to be honest. That's maybe a little bit much for me. So despite all that I've been doing, we have a lot of students that want to drop out, which is frustrating. We also have 16 things that they happen to want right now, which I am literally not interested in just about any of them. I'll be quite honest. They want an experiment station. No, they just want everything, and they'll get some of it. You know, I will concede and give them, you know, a nice digital server or 3 because I'm feeling generous. I will give them perhaps a component desk, except I won't because I don't have space for it. Or maybe I do. Do I? I kind of do. I could probably squeeze it in there. Potentially. There's definitely, yeah, right there. No. I can get it here for a second. No. Can I get it like here? Is that fine? That's fine. Right, there you go. They got their desk, which they so desperately wanted. But they want just everything, right? And I'm really not interested in giving them just absolutely everything under the sun. I don't care to do it, frankly. I just absolutely do not care to give them everything under the sun. I feel like this is a pretty good little setup, and I do feel like maybe touching on some medical care, maybe touching on some pastoral care would be an idea. But I'm debating whether or not I should do it here or whether or not I should tear out this building and do pastoral care and medical over here, which is a little bit more central when compared to, you know, way up here. Or I could, admittedly, put it in that space as well. That would also be a bit of an idea. Actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause for a second. And I'm gonna build a space that is 24 tiles long and is 8 tiles wide. And I'm gonna build it up here. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do, let's see, I wanna go 8 right here. And I want to go 8 by 24. In fact, I'm going to go 8 by 28. And then at this end, we're going to do... Well, actually, no. We'll do an entrance here. We'll do an entrance here. And that should be fine. I'm not going to bother with windows, I don't think. I don't think I need them right now. So we're just going to do this. And the reason I'm doing this is very, very simple and will become apparent in just a second, because my little plan right here might work out really, really nicely for me. I just kind of need to get a new space here for the grand plan that I have going on. Bring this out to here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this as well. Let's do this. And that all sort of connects together kind of nicely. Maybe 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. And we'll bring this sort of straight across. So that gives us kind of a nice space there. But what I want to do is go and grab this dormitory. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to pause for a second. And I'm going to paste it right in the middle of this space. So right there. And it is not wanting to work. It is wanting to work. So there we go. We suddenly have a new giant dormitory, which should keep people happy. But what I can do is copy it again and paste it again. Wait for the game to figure out that it is in fact okay. I don't want to cancel the room. I don't care about the awards. I just want to copy and paste my giant dormitories. And suddenly we've copied and pasted giant dormitories, which means now I feel quite confident in selling this campus building because I don't feel that we need it anymore. So the campus is now, or it was, level 30. It has since gone back down a level, but we should have a pretty good accommodation rating, right? Because we have enough space for students to not be bundled in here. Yeah, so accommodation rating is now 100% on this, with 3 students assigned to each of these individual dormitories because we have enough beds on the other side of the campus. And this is probably what I should have done instead of copying and pasting a million dormitories. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and get some bathrooms in here, because that is something that they're going to be wanting. So plain and simple, 1, 2, 3 of those with air conditioning here. And we'll go ahead and copy that up to the other end of things, right about there. And now all I want to do is, well, I kind of want to get some windows in here. I just don't think I can. We have them obviously facing each other, but that's whatever. Let's get air conditioning in the holes. So we'll go for here, and we'll go for here, and then I suppose here, and here as well, and then here and here. And that middle space is going to be a little bit colder than perhaps we want it to be, but that should be all right. And then for vending machines, we'll go 1, we'll go 2, we'll go 3, we'll go 4, with bins either side of these doors, because good Lord, these students are they're just animals. I've said it before, I'll say it again, they're just animals. And so there we go, we have the giant dormitory space up and running. I'm hoping we can get this place up to an attractiveness rating of 75%, but every time I try and get close to it, it seems like that just falls apart. It feels like the attractiveness rating, if anything, is dropping now that everyone's leaving, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit weird, but it's not really the end of the world. What is gonna be annoying, I will say, is going in and getting rid of every single one of these hedges and all these benches and all these plants. I kind of wish there was like a brush tool or something I could use to just get rid of all this stuff. There might be. I might just be an idiot and I don't know it exists, but I've yet to find it, is what I'm getting at. So we'll operate under the assumption that for now it doesn't exist, because I don't know if it does or not. But for now, let's just get rid of all of these paths. And I guess we have got all of this space here with which we could build pastoral care. We could build medical offices. We could do a lot of stuff here, which I think would be great for us. I am thinking that I will do this sort of across there to connect the dormitories to all of this space. We can probably do this as well to connect that little area together. We can do this to connect out to there as well. And perhaps what we'll do is, let's see, 1, 2, just a little path right about here. And that will connect all those spaces together as well. So that seems pretty good. That works out. I don't know if people will use those paths, but hopefully they will. Now, in terms of attractiveness for the campus, let's look at this overlay. We're at 66%. We have 9% to go. There has got to be a way. There has got to be a way in which I can make this place attractive enough to get me to where I need to be. There's got to be. There's gotta be something. Just a bunch of posters for these spaces here. 67%. We got the robot rooms over here. Do a poster there. Do a poster there. Let's just throw posters at all of these rooms. Down to 66% somehow. I guess this is all probably not helping. The broken toilets probably aren't helping. The garbage isn't helping. There's probably a lot of things that aren't helping, let's be honest. So I guess what we'll do is go ahead and look at getting some training rooms in here. And we'll look at getting medical offices and pastoral support as well. So the training rooms have to be 4 by 4. So let's go for a building that is going to be 16 by 6. We'll go for 4 training spaces. So campus building 16 by 6 is what we're looking for here. So that is 16 and that is 6. We'll go 18 by 6 because then what I can do is get a little door right here and a little door right here. And that's going to let me connect everything together. As for everything else, I'm just going to completely, I think, line this entire building with glass because it's a training space. And that actually, you know, lining a training space with glass does seem a little weird. But at the same time, I think it'll be kind of cool. I'm going to be honest. I think it'll be kind of interesting to just have this entire thing lined with glass. I'm probably going to regret it when it comes to doing air conditioning. And I'm probably going to regret it when it comes to doing decorations and, you know, getting the attractiveness level up there a little bit. But for now, it seems cool. So I've got that going for me. There we go. Entire space lined in glass. And we'll go and grab ourselves some path, which is going to go obviously there and right about there as well. And that does look a bit weird. I'll give it that. It does look a bit weird. But let's get ourselves a training room, which can live right here. We'll do our door at the corner. We'll do this thing, I guess, here. And I can do some screens here and here. And that's really all it needs. Although thinking about it, air conditioning is a must-have. So air conditioning right there, please. As for decorations, I mean, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I can give them a sunflower. Give them a nice sunflower in the corner. And that's going to be our training room. So let's copy it. Let's paste it. Let's copy it again and paste it again. And let's copy it. That's painting it. Oh, I can paint a different color, I suppose. We could go for, what does this look like? Oh, I do like that. Give me brain freeze and apply it to all of them. And for the floor, oh, the dark one's pretty cool. Darker than usual, 100%. That looks pretty good. And then we'll copy it, we'll paste it, we're done. And that's 4 training rooms, all of which will need upgrades, but this should make it possible for me to train all of my staff even quicker than before. And I think with my janitors, that's going to be important because I think they all need to be able to move faster. Although only 5%. Oh, okay. That might be kind of annoying. Okay, so we have this space looking decent. The windows are actually okay, and we are at 71% on attractiveness. I'm really wanting to see if we can get that up a little bit higher. I feel like we're so close on this attractiveness thing. This space is actually pretty great in terms of attractiveness, although it does mention that we can improve the look of the campus by placing attractive items inside and out. So, I mean, if I was to go and place, does this improve? It doesn't really improve attractiveness at all, does this? It does. The tree bench, of course, does. So we'll place a tree bench there, and there, and there, I guess, and that gives us a bit more attractiveness in that corner, and that's something that students have been wanting for a while. We'll put one up there as well, because I can. And I guess we can go and put an allotment. It does increase attractiveness as well. I don't really want an allotment, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do like the idea of some of these trees, though. I think that might look kind of cool. So like one there, one there. Maybe we'll leave a gap of 2 windows between, you know, some of the trees. I think that looks kind of cool. We could get more, but I think that's all right. I think at this point we just need all the junk cleaned up, right? We're back down to like 69% there, which is nice, but it could be nicer. So I suppose the last thing I'm going to do in this area is go ahead and build some spaces for medical officers and pastoral care. And what I'm going to do is build some, let's see, they have to be 3 by 3. I feel like we're going to want 6 of them. So 9, but let's do some 9 by 9 squares if we can. Right, so we'll see what we can do here in terms of size, in terms of getting this to be nice and central. That is not, oh, it's perfect. It's like it was meant to be. So 9 by 9 right there, with some nice big entrances on either side, because we want this building to look kind of, I want to say grand, I think. And I'm going to do small windows, because obviously this is going to be medical and or pastoral, so small windows. We're not going to go too crazy with, you know, opening this one for public viewing. So that's fine by me. I want to copy that, and I want to put it right here. And then we'll do a path right through the middle. We'll decorate it. We'll make it all fancy-like, but that's kind of my idea. So we'll do a little bit of path there, a little bit of path right here. We can do a little bit of path right here, and a little bit of path right there. So this right here will be our medical space. And what I'm thinking I want to do with this is keep it relatively decent, you know, relatively relaxed. So we're going to go ahead and just put some benches sort of right down the middle of this space, which I think is, I want to say there, and I want to say there. And essentially we'll just dot, you know, maybe 5 that way and 5 facing that way. And that should be enough for people to just sort of sit, chill, relax, do their thing. And what I can do is the good old hospital trick of just some plants at either end there to improve the general aesthetic of the place. Maybe we take out these central ones here, and maybe we throw something in there that brings up the aesthetic just that little bit more, such as just another plant, to be honest. Just keep it, you know, relatively simple. And so there we go. We have medical on the right. We have pastoral on the left. We can go ahead and put a path right through the middle of this area as well, which I think is going to look pretty great if we just go ahead and angle the ends of it there. And maybe we go and put some trees in there as well, just to make it look that little bit nicer. So a nice tree there, a nice tree here, maybe a nice tree there, and one at this corner as well. And maybe we'll dot one here and there as well. And I think that looks nice. I've got to be honest. I do think that looks quite nice. We do need to get more assistants that can help in all of these rooms. So what I will do is clear out all of the applicants, and we'll see if we get more in that can actually work in all of these different spaces. But for now, this is about everything that we could have needed. We have essentially completely rebuilt this entire space from scratch, which I'm gonna say it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I do happen to quite enjoy how this looks. Now, if I wanted to, I could update robotics, which I'm thinking I might do. I could update internet history as well. So we're gonna give that a shot. We need 2 more robotics teachers, which honestly I'm kind of here for. So we'll go ahead and hire you, and we'll go and hire, I guess, oh my god, we don't actually have any good robotics teachers. So we'll go and get you. And that puts us in a pretty good spot for the next year. We're at 70% attractiveness. We are so painfully close to doing this, it's really frustrating. We are at 74%. I have covered so much of this space in trees. I feel like I'm playing City Skylines. Give me that 1%, man. Come on. I just need more trees. I really feel like this is giving me flashbacks. This is giving me feelings I haven't felt since I haven't played City Skylines in a little while, man. This is bringing me back. This is bringing me back. Is what this is doing. Surround this building in trees. That's how we do it in the old CL. That's what us oh my god, there it is. That's what us YouTubers call it, the old CL. The old cities. I don't know why we call it the old CL. It's the old CS, City Skylines. The old CSL, that's what it is. That's the insider term. You know, when us YouTubers are talking code, you know, like it's an unspoken thing, but there's like a total YouTuber code where it's like, hey, you played the old CL recently, the old CSL recently, and they're like, oh yeah, man, I played the old CSL recently, the old City Skylines. Amazingly, your campus is living up to the Bungle standard. It must be quite something to work alongside a mind like Ms. Nova's, which reminds me, could you let her know that my toaster's acting up again? She'll know what it's about. What do I need to do now? I need student happiness to be 75%. I need 100 A-grade students to graduate. Okay. That's actually not that difficult, to be quite honest. Surprisingly, that's actually not that difficult. I'm not going to do that because I've spent so long on this campus. I love how this campus looks. Don't get me wrong. I adore how this campus looks. Really, really pleased with it. But my god, this has oh, this has been a lot. This has been a lot. It really has. Wasn't expecting to get this invested in doing this, but like I said, it's been really fun. So we're gonna leave Urban Bungle for now. I'm probably gonna come back to this at some point, maybe in a live stream, I don't know. But we're gonna leave it for now because 2 stars is good enough for me. Campus level 31, 245 students. I think that is our most successful, or at least most, I don't know, popular campus thus far. Breaking Point is our last one. That's it. It's our last one before 2 Point University, which is essentially, it's a sandbox. So if 2 Point University, I mean, looking at it, it looks like it could be a decent size. I've honestly got no idea. I've not seen anything of it, but Breaking Point is where we're going next.